I've said it many times. Want to continue to say thank you to our fans, our administration. A great environment there late. We kind of gave them a reason to sleepwalk a little bit there in the first half, but just high level, again, appreciation for so many fans, and it just means so much. And then, we have a ton of respect for Coach Robinson and Cleveland State. What they've done this season, the character they have, obviously just the effort they play with. They gave us a ton of issues with their ball screens and just their playmaking and shot making. Their team is very good. But for us, this was one of those moments we've been waiting for, just to overcome and get the result and finish it and manage things late. So very proud of our staff and so many of our players. I felt like just had maybe a rough patch here or there in the game. They came back and responded, and then for Alex to have that night with where he's been and what he's been through and just a special young man, special story that I just, I've grown up with those guys here too, Braden and Brandon and Alex and Andrew. 5 years. I feel like Wright State in a lot of ways has developed so much of me as a coach, obviously, but also just a man, husband and father. And I know they will look back and view Wright State in a lot of the same ways. And that's just powerful stuff. So when you can have a night like tonight and just kind of celebrate that and to get a win and so many very, very good storylines now, that's great. We got to turn the page quickly and get ready for IU Indy, because this momentum is real and you can get it at the right time this time of year. That's what you're looking for. So we need to rest on it tonight, come back tomorrow, get our minds right, and then get over to Indianapolis.
During that first half, or rather the first 12 minutes, Cleveland State was essentially perfect. Like, they missed a couple of shots, but the second chance was made up for it pretty much right away. What were your thoughts during that time frame where it was like onslaught after onslaught?
Frustrated, angry, annoyed. They out-rebounded us by 13 in the first half. We only had 2 team fouls. And just that speaks to, just the physicality of the game. And they were shooting. They shot 60% in the first half. And, again, just a little timid and unsure, I would say. And that was frustrating to me. And they do that well. They're a physical team. They're athletic. And, again, but – how the game ended, 2 stats we've been talking about with our team. We have to stop fouling. We have to stop putting teams to the free throw line. They shot 4 free throws. We shot 19. And then the other stat we knew we had to switch, which is problematic with Cleveland State, is our turnovers. 12 is a pretty good number against them. And we forced 16. That's just how you can swing the game and manage momentum. So those 2 stats, very, very pleased with.
Coach, talk about the big shots that Callahan made. He took a lot of guts.
Yeah, and I thought he kind of took a couple tough ones early, had some tough moments. Again, so I see a ton of growth in Solomon and just the in-game response. Away from the game, his day-to-day consistency, his habits are high level, and then to see, a freshman respond in game and find that courage and resiliency in the heat of the battle, it's what you love to see as a coach.
I bet you're glad that you took the red shirt off Holden, because he's looked like he's improving.
Yeah, just the 3 offensive rebounds. I know he missed 3 free throws, but the ones he made, we needed, and he just has some good composure to him. He's still learning the game, still learning some coverages and some consistency there, but I think his mind and his composure is high level. I'm very excited about growing with him.
What do you think it was, Clinton, the second half? Just, you guys lit it up. Almost 70% from the field, 9 of 11 from 3. 12 of 16 from foul shots.
Yeah. Our team can be hard to figure out. I thought the start of the second half, we got off to a great start.
Yeah.
And that's something we have not had. And I think that confidence, when our guys have it, it's a dangerous thing for us all with any team, but with our team, I think it just, and I think Alex coming alive gave everybody just a deep breath, and our guys just made the plays, and against I think one of the, not the first, but maybe the second or third most efficient defense in the league. So they did it against a very good defense.
You're pleased for Alex coming alive, helping you, but just for him, for the work he puts into it and all to see.
Absolutely. There's the, I heard you ask Brandon, and there's the standard conventional wisdom of work and the quiet hours in the gym. But Alex has worked on himself as a young man, and growing up through, a back, growing up just being young, and growing up through college, and now growing up through being a leader and failing, and not having that go well. And then how do you consistently show up? How do you have those moments where you're taking the blame when you don't want to? How do you let your teammates lean on you when you're about to fall over yourself? And just how I've seen him grow. That's for me what it's all about. And when they can have these moments where they see how they've handled that, and you can see them grow up into men, there's just not a better feeling. And Alex has embodied that for me, and I absolutely love his story for it.
So what was Alex like as a freshman? The part you could tell us.
Yeah, well, Alex, he's got a big personality. Alex and I are I always say we're very similar. Upper Midwest, same sense of humor, which can be great for a lot, but it can be, we butted heads a ton throughout his career. We've been here because we're probably so much alike in some ways, but always somebody I thought was fearless in the game, just a very fearless competitor, had very good moxie about him, just had to learn how to grow up and be a man, like we all do, in some areas off the floor, and how that impacts on the floor. And
And you'd butt heads what? Just telling him to grow up, or
all of it, yeah. Just being his coach and wanting more for him, and he can be stubborn and prideful. I can be stubborn and prideful, and just day to day wanting more for the young man. Nothing made. He's always been a great student, always been a great teammate for his teammates, always been great to coach. But him and I have just had a unique window into each other's lives, and it's just awesome to see him have a night like tonight when we needed it badly.
Your emotions after the game, was it more focus of the relief of the comeback tonight, or was it also keep taking into account the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, just happy for our players, because I want to win the conference tournament, and I believe, I've said this, you guys have heard it probably far too much, but I want a dangerous group of men who have been through the fire of the regular season, have failed, and if this is the path we have to go to be dangerous this time of year, that's what I want. So it's a combination of that and looking forward now to IU Indy. Excited for that group of kids again that are celebrating senior night, even though there's some eligibility, but just the 5-year journey for Andrew and Brandon and Alex and Braden. Just all those guys grew up here. Even Braden Grant, he grew up a Wright State Raider. That means something to me. So to be able to celebrate it with a win, it was all those emotions.
Speaking of, your path through the tournament is locked. IU Indy's clinched the 9. They have the tiebreaker over UVM, and UVM's a game behind. You clinched the 8, and KU won, so no chance of moving upwards. RMU clinched the 1 with the Cleveland State loss. So you've got IU Indy coming back here, and then Robert Morris for the quarterfinal. What is going to be the key for those matchups going forward in the tournament?
Yeah, having a great day tomorrow. It's late. Be able to flush this, be excited about it, but the consistency piece we have not stacked together. So that we have to win. As cliche as it is, Blake, we have to win tomorrow, and a lot of that's just going to come with maturity. And I think this win, our guys understand it at this point. That's been said enough. They understand kind of the pitfalls of letting yourself slip or relax. That should not happen. So we just need to come back and have a great day tomorrow.
Coach, I want to ask you one question. Your thoughts on NIU coming into the league?
I don't have a ton. I wish I could give you. I've been so upset with losing that I've seen it, but I just haven't had any bandwidth of my mind to entertain the why and those decisions. I trust our league. I trust Julie Rolash. I trust, I trust those people who make good decisions for all of us.
Have you been to that stadium before?
I've not.
Okay.
Well, Robert Morris winning the outright title. That they're gonna
You know
thank you tomorrow in a phone call.
And if it wasn't, I'm a big fan of a lot of people in our league, but Andy Toole, his story is awesome. He what he's been through these last so many years, and even early in their season, where I think when we played them at their place, we were 3-3. They might have been 2-4, and they did not get off to a great start. And he has a group of very competitive kids, a lot of ball in hand, good playmakers. So they absolutely deserve it, and he does, and his family does, his wife, his children. I know they've been through an awful lot just being through 1 year of this. So a lot of respect for him.